Hey y'all, I'm Karyn.
And I'm Mingo.
And this is the Mingo and Karyn Show. Whoop, whoop. And we're excited to be here today. And for those of you who don't know us, we've been married for 27 years. Be 28 years next month, which is absolutely crazy.
Long time.
Yes. And we have 4 adult children and a granddaughter. And we just wanted to start this channel and start our podcast to just share information with people, either things that we've learned along the way, things that nobody ever told us, or maybe things that people did tell us and that we were able to benefit from. And so we want to be those people now to just share things with you about life, about marriage, relationships. We'll eventually start talking about how we raise our kids and different things like that. But so, welcome here if it's your first time, and if it's not, then welcome back. And so today, we just want to tell you to everybody, Happy Black History Month.
Yep.
And kind of in tune with what we're going to talk about today. As you can see, we twinning today, so we have all these shirts that I actually created because we're going to talk about how you see yourself differently, right? But also, this can be true in other areas in your life. Just like this shirt for me, I had this design that I saw that I wanted to create, and so I just kept working with it, kept tweaking it, and I did it. Yay! Yeah. And then, so Mingo actually has a quote on the back of the shirt as well. It's a Marcus Garvey quote that I saw this shirt being something that I wanted to create. Yeah, it's something that I wanted to create. And so if you can create whatever it is that you see yourself as, if it's not a shirt, if it's not a meal or whatever it is, you can be different.
Yeah. You got to see yourself differently.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? That's not easy. People say that all the time. Mm-hmm. I want to see myself differently.
Right.
I think the way I do it, I can only speak from first person. I had made a decision that if I wanted to be different, Karyn used to always say you have to accept who you are. Mm-hmm. What you are.
Yeah.
That's not what you can be, but you have to accept the foundation of who you are as a person.
Right.
If you don't like spiders, you're not going to buy a pet spider tomorrow.
That's true.
So I accept the fact that I don't like spiders. So I'm saying more like evolution, getting in the mirror. What worked for me is getting in the mirror. And when I looked in that mirror, because I think Karyn had done it years before when we was much younger. Yeah. But now I was at this place in my life where I felt like I needed to do something like that. And then you're stripped of everything that you present to the world. Mm. You are what you see in that mirror. Mm-hmm. It has nothing to do with your haircut, your earrings, your watch, your charisma, whatever. Mm-hmm. That has nothing to do, because it's very difficult to lie to yourself and look at yourself.
Yeah. You know. And so you begin what you're saying is that when you see yourself differently and you start to be able to recognize, okay, I am. Whoever it is that I see myself as, I've got to be able to see who I am, who I see myself as, in order to be able to get to who I see myself being in my future. But you got to know who you are today. It's just like, we talk all the time about when we were younger. And when we met at 19 years old, we're not those same people at all.
Definitely not.
And so, because we've evolved, but I will say that recognizing who we were back then helped us to evolve to be something different. But this particular episode is going to shed light, though, on how we got to that place.
Yeah, how we got there.
And like you said, the first step being able to go and take off everything that makes you who you are to everybody else. Yeah. And you get to see who you are to you. You get to say, okay, if I take off, if I put a bonnet on my blonde hair, if I take off this lipstick and this makeup, if I, put on something that is not, it's not having me just represent, I got on this fly outfit or I'm dressed up. I'm talking about just being you and just being who you are. Once you start to see that first, once you sit in the mirror and you go, this is who I am, then you can begin to determine who it is that you really want to be. That part of it to me is what's important, because I know for us we're in 2 different places, because my journey that I'm on right now, for those of you who don't know me at all, I've been struggling with this for the better of, time frame of 10 years at least. Yeah. And so I've gone up and I've gone down, and but I still haven't reached my weight loss goal. And so Mingo and I, a couple of weeks ago, we got some news about our health, and we had to change things drastically. Yeah. And we didn't have time to make excuses for ourselves. We didn't have time to try to figure it out. It was an immediate reaction that we needed to be able to give. And so then it forced us to determine, who do you want to be? Do you want to be this person that is going to be unhealthy for the rest of your life, that is going to have to, be dependent on, the doctors making sure that you're okay because you don't want to see yourself as somebody different?
Yeah, yeah. And I think that when you're determining who you are or what you want to be, I think that that's a personal choice, and you have to start with self first. See, I can change for everybody else, but that's only going to be temporary.
Yeah.
Because I'm doing it for everybody else.
Yeah.
So whatever your higher power is, I have no idea what that is. You should fall right under that.
Yes.
You should be that second line of defense, that second line of information. Karyn and I was talking yesterday, and the thing I've determined in my life, and I use the analogy of college all the time.
Yes.
You get to college as a freshman, right? And everybody, your hopes, we want to get out in 4 years. That's the goal. So you plan your life based on, I'm a freshman now, and then you figure like, well, I'm going to have a good time freshman, sophomore year. I'm mature junior year. Senior year, I'm preparing to go in the real world.
Yes.
So you look at it as like these 4 different moments in time.
Okay.
But really, that's 365 days 4 times.
Wow.
Do you know how much transpires in your life in a week?
Yeah.
But we skip past that. So that made me, and then once I took a real good look at that, I started seeing that I was looking at my adult life like that. Like Karyn talks about 19. 19 was like the greatest. I ain't gonna lie. 19, you feel like
my best self.
19, you're fearless because you really haven't got the real world yet, because you living with somebody else, and you get off to college and it's like, oh, okay, all right, I'm 19 but I'm 20. That kind of thing.
Right.
So I had been living my life like 20, 25, 30, 40.
Like in increments.
In increments, big groups of time. Even like, I don't even remember what I was doing around that time. Now, because of the things I found out about my health, and I told every guy that I know from barber on, I'm just telling them how I felt about, finding out that I had some stuff going on. Man, they're like, oh my gosh, man, let me go get checked out. You the hell,
I was like, you the healthy one.
You the healthy
lost
one.
70 pounds and everything.
And I'm like, oh man, and for me, I was always fearful of the doctor, because if I have friends or somebody I know and we get in a conversation and start talking about, I had one buddy of mine said he went to the doctor for his annual checkup and had to have an emergency surgery within 48 hours.
That's crazy.
He didn't feel no pain or nothing. I always associated with having to go to the doctor because of pain.
Yes.
And I manifested that in my life because I have no pain. I felt good.
Yeah.
But my blood work showed differently.
Yeah.
So now, back to my original point of how I live my life in increments. Now I live my life by the second. I'm so appreciative of this very second that I will be learning every day for the rest of my life, every second of my life that I'm awake. And I might be learning in my sleep, depending on what I'm dreaming about.
Wow.
So that's the way I choose to live my life, because my life could have been very different here a week ago.
So let me ask you a question.
Okay.
When we talk about determining who you want to be, who do you want to be?
For me, when I enter a room, I want the confidence to exude off of me.
Okay.
I'm not talking about arrogance. I'm talking about confidence. Confident of knowing that I deserve to be in that room. I'm confident in who I am and what I have to say and what I bring to the table.
Wow.
Because there are no two things in this world that are identical. Even man-made things have flaws in them. And I want to exude confidence, because to me, confidence is everything.
Yeah.
If you're confident, you can take constructive criticism. If you're confident, you can give advice.
Yes.
If you're confident, you can say, I don't know.
That's right.
That's what I want. How about you?
For me, I never really thought about this until we started on this path in our life. But I feel like my 19-year-old self, that was my girl. Okay? Yeah. And I lost her for a long time. And I hope that, that I'm able to share that with somebody who can relate, because you don't know where you went. Yeah. I didn't know where I went. It's like, I just, I became a mom, and all of a sudden, I think myself went away. Like I wasn't aware of it. And so for me, I think the most important thing that I want to be is me.
Oh, wow.
self is that important to me. I have been, for every role that I've done, and when I say role, I ain't no actress. I'm saying like as a wife, as a mom, as a grandmother, as a auntie, as a whatever, as a sister, as a daughter. I've done all of those roles well, and I did not do the role of self well at all.
Yeah.
And so I think that, going from being in your parents' house, that 19 gave me, that year, I would say, gave me that freedom, because y'all, by the time I was 20, I was pregnant, and then I was mama at 21. So I didn't have a whole lot of time to be acquainted with myself, versus now. It's like I'm discovering new things every day, and I have determined that I want to be different. I want to look different. I want to, I haven't worn a swimsuit in, child. Oh my God. It's been well over a decade. It might have been longer than that. But just to go to the beach and have on a swimsuit. Yeah. I mean, that may seem simple to some people, but to me, it's huge, because my old myself, before I lost myself, would have easily done that. Bikinis and all, and I ain't wearing a bikini, but what you understand my point is that I've determined that I want to be somebody who's more vibrant, who's not, because I would always be like, oh my God, okay, I don't want to be too much, kind of dim your light a little bit. Karen, you got blonde hair, you ain't got to wear the, the shiny outfit or what. I ain't wearing the shiny outfit. But I'm saying, you ain't got to, do it big all together. You can
break that thing up.
You can do it a little big. I'm not doing it a little big anymore. I'm doing it a big, because I love myself, and I'm loving learning about me and becoming the person that I see myself as, which is whole. I have been working a long time on healing. I actually had this conversation with someone about, because they said, well, I'm tired of always, every single day, having to try to, navigate through this and figure this out and figure that out. And if you think about it, y'all, say when you go to work every day, you go the same path, right? But it's never the same. No two things are alike. So you may even walk the same path every single day, and you ain't gonna step in the same place. So we have to accept and get in touch with adopting the fact that we have to adapt to life. That's important. You know what I'm saying? And so when you're becoming who you see yourself as, there is movement in that constantly. You weren't, who you were when you were a baby is not who you were as a toddler, is not who you were as a child, is not who you were as a teenager, is not who you were in your 20s, your 30s, and now your 40s going into your 50s. So if life doesn't stop and we evolve naturally from one year to the next, from one day to the next, from 1 second to the next, then who we see ourselves as has to be a fluid thing where we are constantly moving and we're constantly growing and constantly evolving instead of getting stuck in it. And I see myself as somebody better than I've ever been before.
But you segue into this perfectly.
Okay.
Form new habits that you can practice daily.
Yes.
And I'm going to give a disclaimer at first.
Uh-oh.
Me and Karen, we're front door people. Door people. So what I mean by that is, we hope that the things we're sharing and talking about in our experiences, that they're received well.
Yes.
But you have to understand there are different groups that they have a process in how they receive information.
Right.
You could be one of these, none of these, or all of these. You have the people that's just going to sit on the sidelines and not do anything.
Oh, I feel like you stepping on my toes. I was that person.
I normally say them last, but I decided to say them first because I want to end off on a high note.
Okay.
They're going to sit on the sideline and do nothing. I think you talked about one time eating something that wasn't good for you on the couch, scrolling through your phone, looking at healthy videos.
Straight up. Let me tell you something, baby. Let me tell you what I was great at. Who could watch a whole, just go down a rabbit hole of fitness videos and good cooking, healthy cooking? This girl could, but I wasn't going to get up and I wasn't going to cook what they were cooking because I love me a gravy, and I was not going to get up off this couch and work out because I was being lazy. So gravy and lazy, that was my girls.
Gravy and lazy. so you're funny. And so, but then you have those people. They're going to get motivated by the sound of our voice. Yes. That's us. That's me. That's me. If somebody says something that's motivating me, it naturally moves me to want to do it in my way. Okay. It's like, oh, if they can do it, I can do it. That's me. Right? Then you're going to have your researchers. Oh my gosh, they got to they got to research. Because really they're trying to research to disprove what you're talking about because you made them feel some kind of way. That's what a researcher does.
Well.
Then you have those people that's not going to do anything till they see you do it. Oh, until Karen lose weight, she can't tell me how to lose weight.
Well, if you bank it on me to fail, I know I did before. Okay, I know, it's fine. I'm cool with it. But this time, watch.
If Mingo hadn't gained no muscles, how he gonna tell me how to get muscles?
So you got muscles?
You know what I'm saying? You know something
well,
going on.
You got no muscle for me.
Going on this shirt. You know what I'm saying? Okay, right. But the point, I said that to say, when you're forming new daily habits, you know, I use the 30-60-90 rule. Do something for 30 days, you're creating a discipline. Do something for 60 days, it's becoming a habit. Do something for 90 days, it should become a lifestyle.
Yeah, that's true.
So when you're doing it like that, find daily habits that work for you. Great example. If you love reality TV and you watch it 5 days a week, cut out at least 2 days of the week and do something differently during those times. Because that's important to you. That's like saying...
Y'all, I love reality TV. I feel like he's stepping on... It's something you want to tell me? Yeah, you stepping on...
We good. I'll tell you, front door.
You would tell me. I'm just teasing with y'all.
So, but think about it. A lot of people like to say, well, I'm going to form a habit over things that they already willing to sacrifice.
Well...
So that's like saying, I don't like to go outside a lot, right? I like to work out in the house. I like to do my little Leslie walk with YouTube in the house, right? So their sacrifice should be, well, instead of me doing it with Leslie 5 days a week in the house, how about 2 days I go to a safe lit area and walk a parking lot, walk in a park. That's going to push you out of your comfort zone.
True.
So if you want something different, you have to do something different. You have to build, if you want a house with a basement, you can't build it on a flat slab.
Well,
it will never have a basement.
That's right.
So if you want a house with a basement, you got to pick a lot. We use a lot of real estate analogy.
Real estate.
If you want a house with a basement, you have to pick a certain type of lot. For anybody who's ever bought a home, especially new construction, that agent that's showing you say, hey, you tell them, well, I want a house with a basement. Well, I say, okay, that's this lot, that lot, and that lot. Not every lot.
And not every lot is going to be a basement lot.
Yeah. Then they say, well, I want a ranch style house. Okay, well, I'm going to show you this lot, this lot, and this lot, because those lots are basement lots. That's what you do in your life. You make it as simple as you possibly can. And I love wisdom of older people, because older people say, well, this one particular older lady, she said to me and Karen, when people are giving you information that you can use, you let it come in one ear, and that you can use, you use it. That you can't, you let it go out the other ear. But the key to it is you listen to all of the information and then figure out what works for you. And don't throw it out the other ear because it puts you out your comfort zone now. Because I could be guilty of that. So, you know, that's what I think when you're forming daily habits, you got to Karen wants a change in her body, in her health. So she's not just going to do a mediocre workout.
That's right.
Karen go hard in the paint 5 days a week, sometimes twice a day.
Yeah.
Because she wants a different result.
That's right.
Some people may say, hey, my knees, my ankles, I just been out of it too long. They may have to do 15 minutes.
Listen, they got chair workouts on the internet.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is that there's a way that you can do it. And one of the habits that I know I absolutely changed, we got rid of all of the bad food. We gave it away. We have changed and we buy more herbs now. We have different kind of salt. We have different kind of other seasonings.
We got monk fruit sugar.
Yeah, y'all.
That's another level.
Yeah. So I'll give you another example of forming other habits. You know, from the girl who used to sit on the sofa and watch all of this stuff, now I'm the girl that gets up and I do it. And so the other day we had some, you know, kind of really crazy weather coming in, and I woke up and I was congested, my throat was hurting, my head was hurting, but I decided, it woke me up because I wasn't feeling well, I was congested. It woke me up a little bit over an hour prior to me being ready to work out. Well, the old me would have said, oh, I'm going to lay in this bed, I'll work out later, child, knowing I wasn't going to work out. But I didn't do that. I said, nope, I'm going to get up on time and I'm going to work out, and I did. Even though I was still sick and I wasn't feeling well, it was the best thing that I could have done. And so my point is, form new habits and do them daily. You have to practice this.
Accountability.
Hold yourself accountable and practice that daily. How you feel today is not how you're going to feel tomorrow. And so we want to encourage you to that you can absolutely do it. That when you see yourself differently and you recognize who you are in that you can be whoever it is that you want to be. You just got to see yourself as that. I see myself as somebody different. I'm becoming who I see myself as right before my own eyes, and it is transforming everything within me. It is transforming everything. Get those new habits going. Yeah. Take it one day at a time. Take it one step at a time. No path is the same. So what you did today, you might not do tomorrow, but you can have enough discipline to do something.
You know, I want to touch on something real quick.
Okay.
You open up. This wasn't even on the topic. This just hit me while you were talking.
Well, go ahead, hit me.
When you said holding yourself accountable, I challenge you. I challenge y'all. Get yourself an accountability partner.
You're mine. We're each other's.
We're each other. We're in the home together. But that does not mean it could be your girlfriend or guys, your homeboy or whatever, just somebody who's not afraid to hold you accountable. So if you say to them, I heard Kobe Bryant say, he said during the summertime, the reason he was so disciplined during the season, he made a contract with himself.
Wow.
And his contract was all the way down to what he was going to eat, how many free throws he was going to shoot, how many layups, how many push-ups. And he said he held himself accountable every day. So for him, it wasn't a person, it was a contract with himself.
Wow.
So if you can't find a person, write yourself a contract and remind yourself, because you don't want to let yourself down or lie to yourself. Yeah. So if you tell your coworker, which is your girlfriend, and you say, look, I want to work out 5 times a week. All I need you to do for me, I'm not asking you to do anything a little different. I just need your help right now. I'm going to set my alarm at 7:30.
Okay.
Can I please get you to either send me a text or give me a call and say, hey, Karyn, you putting your clothes on to work out? That's all I'm asking for you, a few seconds. I know I hate to wake you up out your sleep, but I need you. I need you to do this for me. Yeah. Then you're going to feel, or you should feel like, she not even working out, but she cared enough about me to hold me accountable for what I asked her to do. Get somebody that holds you accountable. When you do that, you will start setting goals and hitting goals. Yes. You will start achieving everything you need to achieve. Because like I said before in a previous podcast, sometimes the things we're asking you to do, you will be the first in your family, your friendships, in your life to do these things. Wow. So you have to be held accountable so you can go show somebody else how to do it for themselves. That's right. And I actually am excited about where I am, because I haven't seen this fully adult mother, wife version of myself. I only saw myself as, before I met Mingo, just this kind of single person who was just out here living my life and figuring things out. And you boy slid in that situation. Elevation. Anyway. But I'm really excited to see where I'm headed, because I can see it. And so I just encourage you right now that if you see yourself being somebody different, get up and do something. Yes. I mean, even if you think about it this way, if you are doing nothing, doing something for 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Everything is an improvement. 20, it's an improvement from zero. Yeah. So come on, y'all. Who do you want to be? You can be that and still tell me. I don't care how young you are. I don't care how old you are. I don't care what your current situation looks like. You can absolutely see yourself differently and change your whole life. And you know what? Let me tell y'all this. We appreciate every last one of you. We do. Listening to us, because you don't have to. You don't. You know, we saw ourselves doing the podcast when we started. We saw ourselves doing a YouTube channel when we started it. And we appreciate everybody who learns something and benefits from what little old bit of us, you know, what we have to say to you all. And we are grateful for you all. So I know that you're going to take these words that we have, and as Mingo said, you know, use what you can use, apply it to your life, and let's get it, y'all. We got things to do. We have goals to accomplish. We have success to harness and make real in our lives. And I'm not talking about just financial. I'm talking about in every area of your life. And again, we just thank you all. We thank you so much for tuning in today, and we wish you happy relationship building. Happy relationship building.